Hello guys, welcome back to yet another episode of Content Monsters. And in today's episode, we're going to review a very interesting film, Karnan. Now, Karnan is based in a village called Pudiyankulam, which doesn't even have a bus stop, doesn't have access to basic amenities, doesn't come under the supervision of the local administration or police, and they lead a life which is treated as unworthy by the local administration and the villagers from the neighboring village.
நான் சொல்லி குஞ்சேனி தூக்கிட்டு போயிட்டல உன் காலை உடைச்சு உன் சிரவை முறிக்க வருதா வருவான் பார்.
The neighboring village Melur does have a bus stop, but most of the times they do not allow the villagers from Pudiyankulam to board the bus from their bus stop, and this is what is primarily the reason for the revolution that takes place in this village. Now, while the story may come across as a standard one of the oppressor and the oppressed, but the way Mari Selvaraj has gone about shooting the film makes it very cinematic, quite dramatic at times, very intense, along with the superb performances of the cast and crew, which makes it so eminently watchable, which includes Dhanush, Lal, Subramaniam Natarajan and Rajisha Vijayan along with the others. Now, like I said, Mari Selvaraj has used metaphors very beautifully. One of the most prominent ones being that of a donkey whose legs are tied. Now, typically a donkey is considered to be a beast of burden who doesn't have any intelligence, but the fact remains that donkeys are fairly intelligent. They know exactly what to do in tricky situations, and that is what exactly is depicted in the film when the donkey is actually freed and he goes exactly where he needs to go. In a sense, using the metaphor of a donkey, Mari tries to draw an analogy with the protagonist, who also at one point in the time in the film realizes that in order to be free, he has to revolt. And here they've shown aggression as very transformative aggression, which can actually bring about a change in society. Clearly, Mari Selvaraj here is not propagating peace, but he's saying that if the system is oppressing you beyond a certain point, you have to fight back with aggression, and that is something that the village takes time to understand, and eventually over the course of the film it's a character of Dhanush which makes them realize that beyond a certain point, if they keep on getting oppressed, they will face this from every section of the society, be it administration, neighboring villages, government, police, etc. So they have to fight for their rights. And towards the end, you actually start rooting not just for Dhanush's character of Karna, but also for the entire village and for the cause that the village is fighting for. The film starts very dramatically with a very young girl lying in the middle of the road and buses and cars passing by, and nobody bothers to check on her. The fact is that she's got fits and she cannot be sent to the nearby village because there is no bus stop that this village has. Nobody is willing to take her, and she dies in the middle of the road. This girl happens to be Karna's sister, and the story then is transported 10 years later, where it's shown that 10 years have passed since the dramatic incident, but nothing has changed for that village. This opening scene is also particularly dramatic because the struggle of the girl dying in the middle of the road is depicted through her legs, and as the camera goes up and up to reveal her face transitions into that of a goddess. It's quite ironic though, and that scene then cuts to a temple, that in a country where a female gender is actually idolized as goddesses, here you have a situation where a very young girl has died because of the fact that her village doesn't have a bus stop. In many parts of rural Tamil Nadu, a girl who dies before her marriage is considered to have become a goddess. So to that extent, this transition is also a reflection of what people in rural India and what people in southern rural India actually believe. So apart from this dramatic opening scene, there are quite a few shots that remain etched in memory. One of them is when Natarajan Subramaniam's character, playing the villainous police inspector, is actually beating the elders of the village, and how the camera quickly cuts to a butterfly which is actually struggling to fly. And again here Mari Selvaraj is drawing an analogy between the village elders who are being beaten ruthlessly by the police and the butterfly. Another very impactful scene is when Dhanush's character of Karna and the other youngsters in the village are beating up the policemen, and they've come to rescue the elders of the village, and at that point in time while all this rioting is happening inside the police station, you have Baba Saheb Ambedkar's photo frame in the police station, which also starts to shake. Quite ironic that the man who actually wrote India's constitution, and here it is this administration and bureaucracy for which the village of Pudiyankulam holds absolutely no relevance. In fact, there is an important scene wherein the character played by Natarajan Subramaniam actually says that the village is nothing but a wasteland. Another very important and dramatic scene in the film is when the police comes to confront the villagers and the youngsters who actually ransacked a bus because the bus was unwilling to take a pregnant woman from Pudiyankulam to the hospital. And that is when the mukhia of the village, or when the village chief comes to meet the police officer, and the police officer actually asks him why is his turban on his head. His turban should come down when he's talking to a policeman of that stature. That scene again is quite telling. And in fact, the subsequent violence from the police on the villagers has nothing to do with the fact that the villagers have ransacked a bus to stop it. But the fact is that they stood up to him, and he feels they are inferior to him. He feels that the illiterate villagers of Pudiyankulam have no right standing up to him. They should in fact offer him a chair. The seniors, the elders of the village should be offering him a chair and actually falling at his feet, which the villagers of Pudiyankulam haven't done. And in a sense, it also at many points reflects the caste system that exists in so many parts of India. And it is in fact one of the primary reasons why the neighboring village of Melur also doesn't want Pudiyankulam to have a bus stop, because only then will Melur, or the people of Melur who are upper caste people, will continue to have a hold over the villagers of Pudiyankulam. The good part is even the romantic track between Dhanush and Rajisha Vijayan has been shot very beautifully, very aesthetically. It's so real, their interaction and the relationship between the two. But most importantly, it doesn't become a hindrance to the key part of the story, which is the villagers of Pudiyankulam getting oppressed. Like I said earlier, the performances are absolutely superb. This is a film which Dhanush should be very proud of. I think he's given a fantastic performance. He comes across as someone who's actually frustrated because of the treatment that has been meted out to him and his co-villagers by the neighboring village, by administration, and somewhere his sister dying in the middle of the road when he was much younger does play a part in him becoming the kind of person that he ends up becoming. His relationship with his grandfather, as reflected in the film, is very beautifully shown, and Lal sir has given a fantastic performance again. And Subramaniam Natarajan clearly looks like evil incarnate, and I think this is a performance that is growing to be really noticed by one and all. And in fact, a lot of the other villagers in the film are not even actors. They've actually been taken from the village where this film was being shot. This film also is loosely based on a real life incident somewhere in the 1990s where a problem of similar nature did surface in the village, and this film has clearly been inspired by that. What is also heartening to see is that mainstream stars of Tamil cinema are actually doing realistic films like these, which have a message, which is not a boring film. It's actually quite an entertaining film. So to see mainstream stars, mainstream directors making films like these down south, I'll definitely give the film a rating of 8.5 out of 10. It's a film that is a must watch. I think it's something Hindi cinema should also learn from. I think too many of the mainstream stars in Hindi cinema are doing films that they are comfortable in, are doing films that are fairly metrocentric. They do not resonate with most parts of India. Now this is a film which is raw, which is earthy. It makes you uncomfortable. It in a sense also questions you in terms of the kind of privilege people like us enjoy, and it clearly brings out the divide between urban India and the interiors of rural India, which still don't have access to some basic needs which we take for granted so easily. So it's good to see, like I said, popular commercial movie stars from Tamil cinema taking up films like these. It's been released on Amazon Prime Video, like I said, and it's definitely a must watch. If you like our review, please do subscribe to our channel, and for more such reviews, please keep coming back to Content Monsters. Don't miss out on this film. This is a film worth watching. Thank you.